Project Blitz is a collection of Christian groups that have gotten together to provide model bills to give to state legislatures and the federal legislature to pass laws to protect religious freedom, preserve America's Judean Christian heritage, and promote prayer. A big leader of this, it was actually created by the Congressional Prayer Caucus Foundation, a group you're probably aware of. They have already brought at least 75 bills forward in more than 20 states during the last 3 or 4 years. And these are the people who are, when we were talking about in the last segment, the people who wanted to take over the government for Jesus, these are the people that actually are taking over the government for Jesus. So this is a really innocuous program to wrest control in the name of Jesus and away from the Constitution of the United States. So I'm going to ask Teo, what do you think?
Okay. I have to say, when I was reading the articles, I started with the previous one, and then I went here to this lovely article from the Guardian, and the first thing that I read is, since Donald Trump became president, right-wing groups are helping flood state legislatures with bills that promote hardline Christian conservative views. So please give me a freaking break. Guys, this just is a huge snowball that continues and continues. And this is making me think that having Donald Trump as your president was one of the worst things that I've seen happening in the USA. I don't know, Secular Rarity. It's your country. You should tell me about this.
Yeah, this is Project Blitz and the CPCF and the American Legislative Exchange Council. These are groups that aren't hiding just the flat out BS that they're interested in pushing. And what I mean by that is there's actually video footage in a state house where a member is proposing a bill that basically is calling for the erasure of LGBT individuals in that state. And one of the other people on the subcommittee just straight up says, Congressman, is this a bill from Alec? And the guy's like, no, what? No, I wouldn't do that. Why are you even asking? And then the subcommittee member that was questioning just literally holds up the page and there's a freaking watermark on it. They literally just cut and pasted every place that it said one state name and just put the other state name. They're not hiding it. They don't care about making this something where it's completely and totally obfuscated. No. And I really do think this quote sums it up. It is a Christian supremacist agenda. The idea that God intended and mandates Christian to lead and control the United States for the religious vision that they hold and the policy implications that flow from it. Plain and simple, people. And if you're not noticing the theme, if you're not catching on just yet to the tune of this episode, please perk those ears up and pay attention. This is something that has been talked about for a few years now. It was 2018 when we first started getting reporting on Project Blitz. And that work took years for these individuals to gather and get out to us. And now it's here and it is open. And again, they aren't shy about it. They are happy and proud to tell people that they are intending on stripping rights away from them, that they are happy to dehumanize them and demoralize them. Again, this is Christo-fascist. This is un-American. This is not at all anything that is in our Constitution. What this is exactly what I just said, a Christian supremacist agenda. And it really just is terrifying. Yeah, Kelley, I want this to be the death throes, but I don't know. I just don't know if it is or not because of the amount of laws that they have been able to pass and the specific agenda of putting out 20, 30, 40 of them every single legislative session in every single state house that they can. And they are there's a couple of them that are literally even quoted as saying it will be like whack-a-mole for them to stop us. I mean, it's just I might need to stop before I talk about whack-a-mole too much, but oh man, Kelley.
Well, I've
yeah.
got a few ideas that maybe
Okay.
might help us on our
Help us
side.
out.
One of the things actually that Project Blitz has said about themselves is that they seek to protect the free exercise of traditional Judeo-Christian religious values and beliefs in the public square, and to reclaim and properly define the narrative which supports such beliefs. They're not just trying to take over as Christians, they're actually trying to define what it means to be a Christian. And as a result, a coalition of 43 different religious organizations, including the National Council of Churches, have issued a statement directed at state legislatures, blah, 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 opposing the project. And now there's that old saying, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. And here we have these people that we would normally not want to associate with, but they are our ready allies to help us fight some of the most extreme parts of what has become this toxic vision of an American theocracy. So there are people on our side. We just need to go out there and build a bridge to make them understand that we are their allies and not their enemies when we fight a common enemy like this, right? And there are groups on the other side of the aisle. Before you lose all hope of winning, we do have people on our side. There's groups like the Ballot Initiative Strategy Center and the State Innovation Exchange. And they're out there combating these bills and producing their own with a much more liberal view of what this country can and should be. So I encourage people to go out, educate themselves about all the groups on both sides of the aisle, and support one. You know, go out, give them some of your time. Try to support. I'm not telling you who you should go out and see or support, but educate yourself, because you're probably going to find somebody that has the same ideals you do, and people that you can work with if you're really worried about combating this problem.
Yeah, because again, this is not. It is not just a lovey-dovey, all stripes of Christianity. You know, that's our big sticking point. You just eat the crackers, drink the wine, everything. No, you are allowed to have freedom of religion if and only if you happen to have the same religion. And let's not forget that one of the biggest achievements that individuals that are proudly beating their chests about Project Blitz and their stake in it, one of the biggest things that they were able to do was they were able to get 3 Supreme Court justices. 3. A third of SCOTUS right now was some of the top picks for these people. And we need to start being honest about the fact that our Supreme Court is a religious body. It's a religious body. It's a partisan branch. It's not a functioning aspect of our government like it was intended to be. And they're happy to let things run through the courts, because in the meantime, they'll just continue to push more and more laws into state houses. They'll just continue to make us play whack-a-mole and just divide ourselves. Teo, what I'm looking to you for some uplifting, positive news, but we've done this a few times before, but what do you think, man? What is there for me here that's hopeful?
I'm still in my emo phase, because when you start learning about this Project Blitz, guys, it's kind of like the plot of a movie, because this is a real conspiracy when they are trying to push all these laws everything is connected because they start with small things. For example, since 2017 in Tennessee, Louisiana, the law is to have in the bills the "In God We Trust." And in here, the idea is that they are going to get people used to this. And now they want to create a religious celebration so they can push this religion into schools. And then they are going to start creating new laws to oppress, LGBT people, as you said. And if, for example, somebody tries to oppose the "In God We Trust," oh, they are against the country, they are against religion. And so they have to let those small things pass, but then they become bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's this huge snowball that then you see, okay, if anybody tries to oppose this anti-LGBT people law, anti-people, whatever, this law, they are going to be anti the country, anti-religious, they are discriminating, they have awful beliefs. And this is all connected, and this has been planned. This is a playbook that they have, that they are following. It sounds like a conspiracy. I want to shout, wake up, sheeple, because this is happening right now. And the Blitz project is real. The playbook is out there. You can find it. And guys, you have to keep doing this Blitz report, because I'm pretty sure that people will soon forget about it. And you cannot let people forget about these awful things that keep happening and will keep increasing. And once again, if nobody does anything to stop it, your country is becoming to a second Afghanistan. And I don't know if you remember, some weeks ago we were talking about how 9 out of the 10 happiest countries in the world were non-religious. You are going the other way around. You are about to become way sadder than you are right now. And that scares me. Mostly because we are going to copy your awful laws if you keep pushing them. And that scares me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a side copy of the USA. And
again,
that's what we're becoming.
It is a well-oiled machine, in the sense of, yes, everybody was made aware about various laws in Texas or a law in Utah. And that's awesome that people are paying attention and people are outraged by the garbage that they are seeing organizations like this try to get enacted as bills. But did anybody hear about the Tennessee law that passed 3 years ago? Did anybody hear about the law in Tennessee that said, oh, no, trans kids can't play sports? Or, oh, no, we don't think you should have an abortion ever. And that is exactly what they are doing. And you absolutely hit the nail on the head, Teo. This is something that we hope to keep highlighting and make sure that, at the very least, the viewers here are going to know about the more crap that they are putting on us. And trust me, they are shoveling it right now. And they are this is a catapult full of shit, y'all. I mean, they are just slinging it around as much as they can, and it is absolutely getting on everything. But Kelley, I think I really liked your point. We have to focus on some of those folks out there that may not take that anti-theist stance or may not take that none stance, right? Hey, maybe you're not an atheist, maybe you're Episcopalian or Presbyterian or whatever, but there are a lot of people out there that you're about to be affected by these too. You're about to be hurt by these demonstrably. And we just can't let that happen. We have made too much progress in this country to allow this to go unnoticed. And again, if this is the religious right in this country doing everything they can to hold on to that power, I think we need some of that tenacity and fire on our side. Kelley, what I'm looking for any hope here. What do we have? Do we have something to get us through, or what?
You know what? Like I said, we just really need to get up. One of the things we got that midterms are coming up. Go out and vote. I'm not going to tell you who you should vote for or what issues you should vote on. Educate yourself to who is running. Educate yourself to the issues that matter today and vote. It's really, really, really important. You need to vote because the people who are running Project Blitz, the people we talked about in our first segment, they're voting.
Yeah.
And we need to go out and vote too. Yeah. So, and just a reminder, this is the same group base that was pushing anti-Sharia laws just a few years ago, ironically enough.
Yes. What's that hippo? Hippo. I don't know. The word will come to me, I'm sure, one of these days.
Yeah.
Teo,
are you sure you want to do this?
well, hang on. Let me ask. Do you see this emboldening other far-right religious movements in other countries? Do you see this in the United States as something that's going to have echoes and reverberations around the world? Or do you think this is something that is just for some reason we've just lost our American values, I guess, for a little bit? But what do you think on that? Is this gonna come your way and circle the globe? Or
absolutely, that's why I'm so scared. As I told you, we tend to imitate the USA down here. South America in general tries to follow the USA example. You can see a rising on evangelicals in the whole continent. With Johnny, we love to talk about Bolsonaro and, the awful things that guy has been doing. That is the Brazilian version of Trump. And he was chosen for similar reasons that Trump was chosen over there. And the destruction of the environment, the pollution, and how both of them just did everything to make companies more powerful and screw people. It's uncanny how they are similar and how they imitate each other and how governments try to imitate what Trump has been doing. And you know what? After Trump called people living in, what did he call us? Oh yeah, the shithole countries. People living in the shithole countries say, oh yeah, Trump knows what he's talking about. He doesn't want immigrants in there, and we don't want immigrants, so let's follow Trump. So I don't know if they like being insulted on their face or what, but definitely having the USA, this huge empire that now is going downhill, becoming into this, how to call it, this monster that now is using laws that are based on the Old Testament in order to, rebuild their nation foundations, because they don't know what the nation was based on. Of course, other countries are going to imitate that, and they will try to follow it because the USA has sold through Hollywood and TV shows that they are the best the best country in the world, the best nation, and an example to follow. And some people actually believe that. They believe the TV, and they are going to vote for another Trump. And that is scary.
Yeah. And like we've said, I think all three of us have really hit this home. And we've got a couple of other articles, and we're going to highlight this. And again, share this out to people so that they don't forget this is happening. Pay attention to what's going on in your area when it comes to these different bills. No matter how small they seem, they're going to start chipping away, and then they're going to just keep freaking going. So, guys, I need a break. Can we take a break? You guys want a break?